Welcome everyone to the third edition of the Unity Cup 2023. And we've got a huge game on our hands here. Atlanta Fire taking on SAMP Army. SAMP Army winning the toss, deciding to field first. And Atlanta, both their openers out in the middle. Zayn Syed, Stephen Taylor. Taylor already off the mark with a single. And then the former US captain opening the bowling, Saurabh Netravalkar. As he comes into side now. Oh, and that's a bit short, pulled away. And there is a man out in the deep. And so just a single it'll be. With that side as well off the mark. SAMP Army, of course, the defending champions of the Unity Cup. As Netravalkar comes in. And this one's another good delivery there. Taylor not able to get bat on it. Netravalkar coming around the wicket. Netravalkar now his fourth delivery in this over as he runs in. And that's gone up in the air. And falls just short of the people of the fielders coming around. There are a few men converging there. The bowler running back. Who had extra covers mid-off. But falling in between them. So Taylor a bit lucky on that occasion. Yeah. Netravalkar now into side. As that one's just defended towards that covers region, and they'll pick up another single. Some good running we can see from these two early. Now SAMP Army, they've played one game in this tournament till now, which was a win against the Soka Blue Jays. Atlanta Fire, on the other hand, suffered a loss against the Punjab Royals, so in need of a win here. SAMP Army, on the other hand, if they win this game, then they move to the top of the points table. So a lot at stake for both teams. The final ball of the first, and that's hit through the covers region, racing away to the boundary, and it'll cross it in the end as well. So the first boundary of the game, and it's come off the bat of Stephen Taylor. With that, the first over done, 8 for no loss. Shannon Gabriel coming in from the other end. This one just out towards covers by Syed. A dot to start the over off. And Shannon Gabriel here, a West Indian international player. As this one's hit once again through the covers and races away to the boundary for 4. So we saw Taylor with the boundary in the last over, and now off the batter side. Gabriel there, giving him a bit too much width. Length was good, he had that Yorker, but side there, he squeezed that past the man at point and picks up a boundary for it. Now, Gabriel here, continuing over the wicket, and that one is much better on the stumps. At good length, as he just pulls his length back a bit. Just defended by Syed. Three more deliveries remain in this Gabriel over. As that one's just defended towards backward point, they'll come through for a single. Now, the Atlanta Fire in the one game they've played against the Punjab Royals, they were only able to get to 125 for 9 in their 20 overs. And so batting is something they definitely want to focus on. And we've seen that in this game, a change in that opening combination. Stephen Taylor, he opened in the last game with his partner, Lahiru Milanta it was. This time though, Zain Syed getting a promotion up the order. Came in at number 5 in that game against the Royals. But for now, it'll be Taylor on strike. Who's a key player for the US at the international level. Now facing Gabriel. As that one's flicked away. And it's going to be in the gap as well. Racing away to the boundary. Won't get there though. It's well done by that fielder running back. The batsman comfortably picking up a couple of runs. So 7 runs have come off this over till now, with 1 delivery remaining. Oh, and this time it's gone off the top edge of the bat, I feel, and it's gonna go to the boundary. We'll wait for the call. Was that off the helmet or off the top edge of the bat? It was a well-directed bounce at that from Gabriel. And it's been called leg byes as well, so just bouncing off the helmet that. And nevertheless, for Atlanta Fire, they pick up 4. And with that, at the end of the second over, 19 for no loss are Atlanta Fire. Netravalka now continuing as we're into the third over of the game. That's a good delivery, just guided towards point and picking up another single, so making sure that they keep on rotating strike. They're going at a good rate, 20 for no loss. And we're in the first ball of the third over. As Netravalka comes back to the top of his mark. The right-left combination. This is the left-handed Taylor, right-handed side. Taylor on strike at the moment though. And this time just looking to step across onto the offside. Trying to just hit it past that man at short fine leg, but not getting the connection. We are in the power play, so with the field restrictions, just 2 men allowed outside the 30-yard circle, and Nether Walker and Sam Barmy, they've kept a long on and a deep mid-wicket. The 2 men back. And this time wrapped on the pads, appeal! Umpire not interested though. So Nether Walker, again just going a bit fuller there on the stumps. He saw that Taylor was interested in stepping to the offside. Was seen in that previous delivery. But this one though seemed to be missing the stumps as that leg bye is called. And this one just guided out towards covers. Picking up another single. Once again, the running between the wickets we have a look at. It has been amazing. We have a look at this one again. On the pads. Did hit him above the knee roll there. Seemed to be very close, but I think the umpire thinks that may have been going a bit high. Oh, and flicked away over deep mid-wicket, the first maximum of the game. And that is an excellent shot off the bat of Stephen Taylor. Going full there, Nether Walker on the pads. Taylor not one to miss out on that. We'll have a look at it again. Absolutely effortless there from Stephen Taylor. And a huge maximum. It's gone on to the other field, which is next door, Bolen 2. So this was turning out to be a really good over from Nether Walker. With that 6, it's gone for 9 now with 1 delivery remaining. This time short, looking to pull it away, but beats Taylor there to finish the over off. 9 coming from it. And as we just have a look at this one again, that short ball, Taylor misjudging that height. But the end of 3 overs, Atlanta fired 28 for no loss. Shannon Gabriel continuing from the other end. Starts off with a full one, a swing and a miss for a side. Atlanta Fire, they've got quite the batting lineup. These two, of course, Taylor inside can be very destructive. But after this, Lairu Milanta, Aaron Jones, Zia Shazad, Calvin Savage in that lineup as well. So they do have some big names in their side. As this one's just guided out once again towards backward point, picking up another single. But Atlanta playing a bit cautiously here in the power play. Not something we've seen too much with this side. The bowling has been good though. Netravalkar and Gabriel, both experienced players. And that odd bad delivery has gone to the boundaries. We saw with that six from Taylor in the last over. Gabriel now steaming in. And that's gone up in the air. Mid on. And he'll take the catch. There's the first wicket. Stephen Taylor trying to up the scoring right now. And he perishes. Saw that delivery a bit short. Went for the shot, went for the lofted shot. And that's a really good catch taken at mid on. Diving to his right. So Stephen Taylor now gone for 14. Atlanta Fire 29 for 1 midway through the fourth. Sami Aslam, the new man, and he'll be on strike. Left-hander there, Aslam. That was an excellent catch there to dismiss Taylor. Andreas Gauss, the man. But Aslam now. Once again, an excellent player. And Atlanta Fire, they've got quite the batting lineup. Still got two more deliveries to face in this Gabriel over, does Aslam? Oh, and that's flicked away. There is a man out there, deep square leg though. And so will just be the single. Once again, Gabriel going on the pads this time, a bit full. And Aslam looking to make use of it, but on the bounce out to deep square leg. Was a good looking shot from him. And he will get off the mark with it. That brings us to the final delivery of the fourth over. That one's just guided out towards backward point. He'll take the single with that side. He'll retain strike. 3 and a wicket coming from that over. And after 4, 31 for 1 are Atlanta Fire. Netra Valkar bowling a third in the power play. As that one's just hit towards fine leg. Dot ball. Netra Valkar's first 2 went for 16. Recently picked up by the Washington Freedom in Major League Cricket was Saurabh Netravalkar, now playing here in DC. As he runs into side and just a swing and a miss there. Outside off once again. So not the quickest of starts here from Atlanta Fire. And I think part of that more cautious approach that we've seen today is because in the last game they got bowled out for such a low total. So today playing a bit more cautiously, trying to save those wickets. As that one's hit out once again, a maximum there. Just as I was saying, they're playing cautiously. Zain Said's gotten down on one knee and hit that well over the man at deep square leg. So we have a look at that again. There was a man in the boundary, but into the parking lot that ball went. As we found the ball, Netravalkar back in and an excellent delivery. Beating side there, outside the off stump. Really good delivery to bowl right after you've been hit for 6. This time short, pulled away. There is a man out in the deep. And it seems that he's done well to stop that. We'll wait for the umpire's signal. And yeah, he saved a couple of runs for his side there. At the boundary, that man a deep square leg. So now the final ball of Netravalkar's third coming up. That one's just guided out towards backward point. Racing through for the single with that side. Once again, retained strike. 9 runs coming from that over. And after 5, 40 for 1 are Atlanta Fire. And that's short, pulled away. And a boundary to start the over off. One bounce into the ropes. It's just as we have a bowling change here, the new bowler greeted into the attack with a boundary. Najaf Shah going short to start off. And Zain Syed just off the back foot, finding that gap. The final over of the power play this is. And so making use of those field restrictions. Now we can see a man has been moved back. His deep third man comes in. Deep mid wicket goes back. We've got a deep square leg in place as well. The 2 men out. And that's hit him on the pads. Appeal. And chance of a run out there at the non-striker's end. No, but he'll make it back. Well, Sami Aslam. A lot going on there. Sam Barmy, we'll have a look at that again. Hit him on the pads. May just have been going down leg. And Aslam wanted the single. Syed turns him back quite late. And no one at the stumps at the non-striker's end. And so he'll make it back. Will Sami Aslam. And this time that's hit out past deep mid wicket as it is. So another boundary there for Zain Syed, and he's really starting to target Najaf Shah here. First off a short delivery which was pulled away. And now we have a look at this one again. Went full, did Najaf Shah. Full toss in fact that was. And gets it away to that cow corner boundary. Najaf Shah now under some pressure. Once again decides to go with that short ball. Beating Syed. Who's really trying to make use of this final over of the power play. It's gone for a couple of boundaries till now. 2 deliveries still remaining. Najaf Shah now as he runs in short once again. And that is an excellent take there. by Monang Patel. With that, Zain Syed, he'll walk off. A bit of a top edge there. And Monang, full stretch, has taken an amazing catch off the top edge there. And that is very well done by Monang Patel. With that, the second wicket now down for Atlanta Fire. 48 for 2 they are with one delivery remaining in the sixth. Aaron Jones now, the new man in as Najaf Shah goes short once again, and this time racing away to the boundary that ball. Off the bat of Jones, an excellent way to get off the mark, and Atlanta Fire, 12 and a wicket coming from that over for them, and after 6, 52 for 2, end of the power play. And a change from the other end as well, as Basil Hamid is brought into the attack, replacing Netra Valkar. Hamid in the last game for SAMP Army, their opening game, took 1 for 18 in 3 overs. As this one is just nudged away into the leg side for a single. A lot of quality bowlers SAMP Army have. Yeah. Um, just looking to cut this one away. Doesn't get bad on it though. It is Jones. Once again, just leaving this one alone. Hamid bowling well here, keeping it outside off. With the power play done, no longer the fielding restrictions. You can have 5 outside the circle now. They've kept deep covers, long off, long on, cow corner, deep mid wicket. The 5 men back for SAMP Army. As this one is just nudged away out to long on, picking up a single. SAMP Army, they've got quite the bowling attack. We've already seen Netravalkar, Gabriel, Najaf Shah, Basil Hamid now, but you've still got Nisarg Patel, Obis PNR, who took a 4-wicket haul in the last game, and Ashley Nurse, the West Indian international, all yet to come. With the ball in hand, this time though, just pulling out is Basil Hamid. As this one is running down towards the fine leg boundary, and it'll get there in the end as well. So Sami Aslam there with a boundary. It was turning out to be a really good over this, just 2 from the first 4 deliveries, and now Aslam there looking to get some runs. We'll have a look at that again. Trying to sweep it away. It was a miss hit. And down to third man from the left-hander. So 58 for 2 at the end of 7. Najaf Shah here continuing from the other end. And Aaron Jones there is starting off with a single to the offside. And that's short, pulled away over fine leg and goes to the boundary for 4. So Najaf Shah continuing with that tactic of going short, but it really doesn't seem to be working for him here. As Sami Aslam there just helping it on its way past fine leg. With an excellent effort to try and get to it. Jumping full stretch, but not able to put a stop to that one. And fine leg still remains inside the circle. Though you have deep third man in place, who is a bit squarer than where you traditionally expect him. As Gabriel comes in, continuing around over the wicket. What a misfield there, allowing them to get that single. Nisarg Patel, I believe, the man at backward point. And with that, Aaron Jones coming on to strike. Shannon Gabriel left arm over to the right-hander as that's pulled away, deep square leg over him and goes into the fence there across after the boundary. And so Aaron Jones here continuing the charge. He's seen Sami Aslam at the other end with a boundary earlier in the over. And just now one bettering that four with a six. Scores on to 70 now, 70 for two. Midway through the eighth. There was a man out there at deep square leg. But clearing him there, Jones on that occasion. Najaf Shah now under some pressure. Oh, and he's got him. There's the wicket, 6 and out now for Aaron Jones. And the third wicket now falling for Atlanta Fire. Goes much fuller on this occasion, that change of length. As we have a look at that again. Deciding to go full, an excellent Yorker that not able to keep it out was Jones. And so Najaf Shah, he has struck. 12 runs this over had gone for. And Najaf Shah now picking up his second wicket. Lahiru Milanta now strides out to the middle. Opened the batting in the last game, coming in at number 5 today. He's got one delivery left to face in this Najaf Shah over. As that one there, will that be signalled wide? It will, down the leg side. He's bowling much fuller here, Najaf Shah, those last couple of deliveries. The short ball really wasn't working for him. We did get a wicket off it in the previous over. Was also going for quite the runs. Now the final delivery of his second. As that one's just flicked away, out to the man in the deep. And a single to finish off. 14 runs and a wicket coming from that over. And after 8, 72 for 3 are Atlanta Fire. Now spin into the attack here. As Basil Hamid continues, his first went for 6. Just looking to defend this one is Lairu Milanta. Just cut that away, but out to the man at point. Basil Hamid, very economical. Last game just went for the 18. This game, bowling at an economy of just 4. As that's gone up in the air, third man, and he'll take the catch. So Basil Hamid now gets a very well-deserved wicket, and Lairu Milanta will have to walk back. Goes for just 1 of 5 deliveries. And Basil Hamid there picks up his first wicket. Just pulling his length back a bit, and Milanta not getting the timing right, gets an edge, which popped up in the air, and a regulation catch for a third man. 72 for 4 now. Midway through the 9th, Atlanta going at a good rate as far as runs go, but they have lost 4 inside the first 9. In at number 6 here, Zia Shazad comes out to the crease. As that one's just nudged into the leg side, gets off the mark with it. Shazad and Aslam, they've played a lot of cricket with each other, especially in minor league for the Golden State Grizzlies. And now both of them out here representing Atlanta. One more delivery remains in this Hamid over. It's been a really good one till now. As that one's just flicked away towards a vacant mid-wicket region. Another single off of it. So just 2 runs coming from this over and the wicket. And so after 9, 74 for 4 are Atlanta Fire. Now we have a bowling change as Najaf Shah is taken out. And we've got spin from the other end as well. Ashley Nurse, the West Indian international, brought into the attack. That one just defended. It's again, and they'll take a single. This is really good running that we continue to see from the Atlanta Fire. Really putting that pressure on SAMP and their fielders. And that'll bring Shahzad on to strike now. He's faced just the one delivery. Just looking to cut this away. We'll just go to covers and easily getting another single. So Atlanta Fire here, just a lot of singles and dot balls. Not playing too aggressively. They are 4 down. These two just looking to build a partnership. As that's guided towards gully, a vacant gully. But I think these two will really try and look to bat till at least the 14th, 15th over, especially a bit conservatively, and then really look to up the charge. The bad balls, though, these two, they will back their ability to put it away. Both excellent all-rounders. And this time down on one knee, and that's gone a long, long way into the parking lot. Both arms aloft for the umpire. We're just saying a bad delivery and they will put it away. This time Nurse going full. And Sami Aslam has hit that well over the deep square, the man at deep square leg. Nurse now, final ball of his first. And they'll quickly come across for that single. So 9 coming from Nurse's first. And at the midway stage, after 10 overs, 83 for 4 are Atlanta Fire. Hamid coming over the wicket now to the right-hander. As that one's hit out towards deep point. Picking up another single. Shahzad and Aslam here. Looking to build a partnership. They've been going steadily. Just looking for those singles. And the odd boundary, which for this over came off the first ball. And this time that's swept away. Deep square leg. Does well to get there. And so just the single, and that'll end the over off as well. 8 runs coming from it after 11. 91 for 4 are Atlanta Fire. Right, so apologies for some technical difficulties there, but now those last couple of deliveries, we've just seen the wicket of Zia Shazad. Ashley Nurse there, cleaning him up as this one's hit out towards deep point by Justin Dill. He'll pick up a single, and with that retained strike will the new batsman. So 8 and a wicket coming from that Nurse over, and after 12, 99 for 5 are Atlanta Fire. Basil Hamid now in for his final one. 1 for 16 off his first three, as this one's hit down the ground by Dill. Out to long on. Justin Dill coming in at number 7. He can be quite a destructive batsman. Last year at the Unity Cup, he opened the batting for a few innings, and actually with that single, the 100 has also come up for the Atlanta Fire. 100 for 5 on the first ball of the 13th. And that one's nudged away into the leg side. Just getting another single from it, which gets Dill back on strike. So Dill, having opened the batting last year for a few games, actually got a half century, providing quick starts to his side. This time though goes aerial, and he'll pick up a boundary as well. So one bounce into the ropes. Justin Dill, we were just talking about how aggressive he can be with the bat, and that's exactly what he's showing here. Basil Hamid going a bit full, giving him a bit of width as well, and Dill clearing that man inside the circle at extra cover. There was a long off in place as well, but not able to get to that. So a boundary for Dill in Atlanta. Hamid now. Oh, this time goes down the leg side. Signaled wide by the umpire. So under some pressure is Basil Hamid. Pulling his length back on that occasion though. And this one just defended into a vacant covers region. Another single. These two pick up. Deep square leg, deep mid wicket, long on, long off, and deep extra cover. The 5 outside the ring. As this one is hit out towards that man at deep square leg. And so one more delivery now remains in Hamid's spell. This over, it's gone for 9. So a tad bit expensive for a SAMP Army. Oh, and this time going for the big shot and sails over the boundary, that one. What a way to finish off the over by Justin Dill. And a big over this turned out to be, 15 coming from it. As we have a look at that again. Dill, that fuller delivery, which we saw him hit over the boundary, and now this time again, going full there, Hamid. First over the offside, this time though, over the leg side, over that man at cow corner, Justin Dill. And so the end of a 15-run over, 1 for 31 in his 4, Basil Hamid ends with, and after 13, 114 for 5 are Atlanta Fire. Shannon Gabriel now coming back into the attack. 1 for 10 off his first two. Some changes are made in the field. Fine leg sent back to the boundary. They've got a deep point, deep third man, deep fine leg, and a deep square leg. That's quite an interesting field here by Gabriel. When deciding to go full, just defends it right back to him, does Aslam. Interesting to see those four men back. Aslam now, he's been playing well, on to 34 from 22 deliveries. Dill at the other end, we've seen some good hits from him as well. As that's a good Yorker, just guided out towards deep third man, picking up that single, Aslam. Getting Dill on to strike. And for Dill now, some changes once again in the field, but those same four men back for him as well. So an extra man has moved onto the offside. This time just bowling that good length delivery on the pads and just flicked away to deep fine leg for the single. I think with those four men back, it seems that Gabriel is setting up for that change up, that shorter delivery. Into Aslam now. Oh, that's short. And way too early on that was Aslam, and they'll get one for the overthrow as well. That's really well run. Good match awareness by these two as well. Taking a hit at the non-striker's end, but not being able to hit those stumps. That man there at backward point. And so a couple of runs these two pick up. Two deliveries now remain in Gabriel's third. And now deep third man's brought in, cover sent back. A fine leg and mid-wicket rather, because this is the left-handed Aslam. Oh, that's short, pulled away. On a couple of bounces though, out to deep square leg. This has been a good over for Sam Barmy. Just 5 have come off of it with 1 delivery to go. So final ball of Gabriel's third coming up now. Oh, that's short. And as he got him, Sam Army, they're celebrating as Justin Dill. He'll walk off. So having a look at that again there. Gabriel deciding to go short. Trying to just ramp that away there. And just gets a little edge towards Monank Patel. So Sam Barmy pick up another wicket. Sixth one now down for Atlanta Fire, and that was the end of a really good over for Sam. Just 5 runs and the wicket coming from it, and after 14, 119 for 6 is where Atlanta Fire sit at. Nurse here continuing. And with that wicket falling off the last ball of the previous over, the new batsman will beat the non-strikers end. So Aslam on strike. As that one's very full, just swept away. And they'll come through for the single, will the two batsmen. Into the new batsman now. We'll just hit that one towards point. Nasir Hussain, the new man in for Atlanta Fire. And this one's swept away. Once again, out to deep square leg. And just looking to hit that away through the offside. Being beaten there by Nurse. He's bowling his third over here. Oh, and this time goes for the lofted shot. There's a man out in the deep. And it's going to go just over him. So they'll pick up a maximum there. Off the bat of Nasir Hussain. That was in the air for quite the while. And the first maximum for Hussain. Yep. And with that, it'll be the end of the over. So 9 coming from it. And after 15, 128 for 6 are Atlanta Fire. That one has hit him on the hand. It appears he's in a bit of pain. Is Sami Aslam? As Najaf Shah has come back into the attack. His first 2 for 26. A bit expensive, but he is wicket taking. This time though, Aslam there. As drinks come on the field. Hopefully Aslam is fine. He's been batting really well. 40 off 29. And Atlanta, they need him to stay out there. 4 boundaries in a 6 he's hit. And he'll be really crucial for them in these death overs. No, they still have batting to come. You've got Calvin Savage, Cornet Dry. Both can hit well. And it appears Aslam is set to continue. Jaf Shah on that occasion, starting off once again with that shorter delivery, which he's bowled a lot today. Very gettable with these two at the crease. And the couple of batsmen that Atlanta have to come. This one though, Hussain missing out on it. Didn't have too good of an outing with the bat in the last game. Nor did Sami Aslam. Both of them now looking to get a good score under their belts and help Atlanta finish this game off well. Oh, this time an inside edge and runs away to the boundary for 4. So not the shot he was looking to hit, but he'll pick up a boundary off of it, will Nasir Hussain. And was a really good delivery from Najaf Shah, nailing his Yorker. And Nasir Hussain a bit lucky he could consider himself getting a boundary from that. Oh, and he's got him this time. Once again, persisting with that Yorker, Najaf Shah. And he picks up Nasir Hussain. Was looking to carve that through the offside, but misses it completely and perishes in the process. Having a look at that one again. Stepping down the track. And missed out on that one. Rattling the stumps behind him. So Nasir Hussain there, gone for 11 off 6 deliveries, a couple of good hits from him. And after 15.5, 133 for 7 are Atlanta Fire. Najaf Shah is third wicket of the game. And he's got one delivery left in his third over. He's bowling to Calvin Savage, the new batsman. He just hits that out towards point, gets off the mark. And with that, the end of a good over, just 6 and a wicket coming from it. And after 16, 134 for 7 Atlanta Fire. Oh, he's flicked that away over the leg side boundary. And a maximum Calvin Savage picks up. Ashley Nurse here brought into the attack, and Savage steps across onto the offside. And he has deposited that fuller delivery into the parking lot. So Nurse under some pressure here from the first delivery. Calvin Savage, what an all-rounder he is. Proved himself in the US and minor league cricket as well. And for Atlanta Fire as well in this tournament. 21 off 12. He made in their last game. Today looking to make a similar sort of impact, trying to play a cameo here in the death overs. As this one goes a bit shorter and just hit out towards point, and they'll pick up a single quite comfortably, getting Sami Aslam back onto strike. And now coming in around the wicket to the left-hander there, Nurse, who just drives that out towards that cover point region for a single. This time, just beating the batsman. Just a single to finish that over out. Ashley Nurse finishes his spell, 4 overs, 1 for 35 after 17, 143 for 7 at Atlanta Fire. Shannon Gabriel now brought back into the attack, 2 for 15, 2 for 14 actually off his first 3. Well, now a single off his first delivery, getting Sami Aslam back on the strike, 42 off 31. With wickets falling at the other end, he's played a good hand. Has Aslam. Gabriel here, he's also been really good. Looking for a third wicket now. Oh, and this time a bit short, pulled away. On the bounce though, out to deep mid wicket. So Sami Aslam, we are in these death overs, looking to up the charge, but doesn't quite get the distance he would have liked. Just picking up a single. Oh, and that is an excellent delivery. Beating him there. Calvin Savage just over the stumps there. So Gabriel here, 3 deliveries left for him today. That's another really good delivery. Keeping it on the stumps. A bit fuller as well. Not allowing Savage to open his arms. Just the one man inside the ring on the leg side, which is a fine leg. Otherwise, you've got a deep square leg, deep mid wicket, and a long on, the 3 back. This time steps across onto the offside, looking at it over that fine leg fielder was a Savage. but missing out on it. He's more dominant on the leg side as Calvin Savage. And he saw fine leg inside the circle. The only man inside the circle on the leg side. This has been a very good over from Gabriel. Just 2 from it. Can he finish it off well though? His final ball. And that'll be down the leg side. Signaled a wide by the umpire, so he'll have to re-bowl it. Looking to go short. But doesn't quite get the line he would have liked. Savage now a run ball 10. As Gabriel comes in now. It doesn't quite get his run up right, so he'll have to come in once again. He's just got the 1 delivery left in the 18th. Oh, and this time that is very well taken by Monang Patel, but another wide signaled by the umpire. Just needs to finish this over off well, does Gabriel. Goes for a couple of short deliveries, but both down the leg side. And now we can see deep third man is coming up and and fine leg has been sent back. So no one inside the circle now on the leg side. Oh, and that one's another one down the leg side. His third consecutive wide now for Shannon Gabriel. Just not able to finish this over off well as he would have liked. He's trying to target the pads a bit shorter, trying to entice Savage to go for the big shot with the 4 men back at the boundary. Oh, and this time goes Fuller. Tries to do well, tries to stop it there. Does Shannon Gabriel, only gets a hand to it, and they'll pick up a single as a result. So 6 runs coming from Gabriel's 4th, and he does well. 2 for 20 in his 4 after 18, 149 for 7 are Atlanta Fire. Saurabh Netravalkar now in for his final one. None for 25 in his first 3. Starts off with a good Yorker, though it's going to be hit out towards that third man boundary. Both the fielders inside the circle. And so a boundary to start off here by Calvin Savage. That was a really good Yorker from Netravalkar. Nailed his length on that. As we have a look at that again, but just gets a bit of bat on it, Savage, and with no one out in the deep, that was going to be 4 runs all day as long as you get in the gap. Oh, and this one's hit down the ground. And it's gonna be a maximum here. So a 4 and a 6 to start Nathan Walker's over off. And Calvin Savage here really looking to bring the attack to one of SAMP Army's most experienced bowlers. And look at that again, going full was Nathan Walker once again. Well, there was a long off in place, but he's cleared him there as Savage. Nathan Walker now under a bit of pressure. Oh, and that's a very good Yorker on the stumps. And just hit out towards deep mid wicket for the single. While his figures may not quite show it, Nathan Walker, he's bowled really well today as far as his line and length is concerned. Really hitting those Yorkers well. 3 balls he's got left. Oh, and this time on the pads, appeal, and the finger goes up. So Sami Aslam, he departs. And Nathan Walker finally picking up a wicket and a very well deserved one at that. Take a look at that again. Another really good Yorker from Nathan Walker as Aslam was down on one knee trying to hit it through the leg side. But ends up getting trapped right in front of the stumps. And so Nathan Walker now picking up a wicket. Aslam gone for a very well made 43 of just 33 deliveries. And midway through the 19th here, Atlanta Fire 160 for 8. Nathan Walker now just bowling outside off. That single taken. Cornet Dry, the new batsman, who gets off the mark with that single. He also has a couple of good shots in his armory, can definitely hit the long ball. Nathan Walker, though, his final ball for this game. Oh, and that's it down the ground and sails over. So Calvin Savage there taking that full delivery from Nathan Walker, and he's hit that a long, long way back, straight back over his head. And so at the end of Nathan Walker's fourth, it was quite the over that. 18 and a wicket coming from it. 4 overs, 1 for 33 are Saurabh Nathan Walker's figures. And after 19, 167 for 8 is where Atlanta Fire stand. The final over now as this one has been carved away over the offside. And another maximum here, this time off the bat of Cornet Dry. Have a look at that again. A full toss outside off. And over the jumping fielder there, deep extra cover. So Najaf Shah here, his final over starts off with a maximum. Cornet Dry was just saying how he can hit the long ball. And does exactly that. 173 the score moves on to with 5 deliveries remaining. And this one just carved out towards backward point and picking up the single or the 2 batsmen. Savage, he's playing quite a valuable hand here. 28 of just 15 deliveries. And Dry at the other end as well with a cameo 8 off 3. And this time just guided towards third man once again. And will just pick up that single. Atlanta Fire 175 they're on. I think they'd be pretty happy with that score. Especially knowing they were 119 for 6 at the end of 14. This one though short. Hits Dry on the helmet I think. And they'll come across for a bye. Or a leg bye rather. Just having a look at that again. Was short from Najaf Shah. And yeah, it's hit him on the helmet there. And Savage, he was charging down, wanting that single, wanting strike. For the final couple of deliveries. And this time a swing and a miss there. Another really good delivery. Welcome back, everyone, to the second innings now of the SAMP Army versus Atlanta Fire game. Amila Ponso opening the attack, so spin to open, and Monank Patel, Andreas Gauss, the two openers for SAMP Army. A 179 is what they require, do SAMP Army here. As that's gone up in the air, and that'll be run straight away, just over that man at backward point, and they'll pick up a couple of it. With that, Monank Patel, he'll be off the mark. Gauss is at the non-striker's end. And with those couple of runs, not only Monank but SAMP Army are also up and running. There is a slip in place here for Aponso. As that one is just nudged into the leg side, and they'll pick up a single. And that gets Gauss on strike, the power hitting, the hard hitting Gauss. Opening game for SAMP Army of the Unity Cup. He hit 50 from just 21 deliveries, did Gauss. Now facing Aponso. And that's hit out towards deep mid-wicket. With that, he'll get off the mark as well. In fact, Andreas Gauss last year at the Unity Cup, he had the highest strike rate, 266. A very explosive batsman as that one's gone up in the air. And there's a man coming around. Won't get to it though. Just wait for the umpire's call. Whether that's a 4 or a 6, appears to be a boundary, it is. Bouncing just inside that boundary rope, and there we can see that fielder coming across from long off, not able to get there. And so a boundary now for Monank Patel. He's first in the innings. That leaves one ball in this Amila Ponso over. Oh, and he goes down the ground once again, long off, and this time well over him. So a boundary and a maximum to finish off the over, 14 coming from it, and 14 for no loss after one, or SAMP Army. Now from the other end, we have Justin Dill opening the bowling. We saw him with the bat a bit earlier today, hitting 14 from just 8 deliveries, a couple of good shots he hit. And now with the ball in hand, pace is what Atlanta are opting for. As Dill just makes some changes to his field, bringing a fine leg more so towards mid-wicket. Andreas Gauss, the man on strike. So it's going to be South African versus South African. Both very experienced, Gauss and Dill. Or now an extra man added on to the leg side. extra man pulled from short covers and goes to fine leg. Field on the offside, all three of the players at the 30-yard circle. No one in short besides the slip that Atlanta have in place. And now in to Andreas Gauss, who's just faced the one delivery. And this one just played to the right of mid-wicket. Out to the man in the deep, picking up a single. Monang Patel now, the US captain, on strike. Hit a couple of good shots at the end of that Aponso over. And now facing Justin Dill. Oh, that's a swing and a miss there outside off. Looking to just drive it away through the offside. No one back there at the boundary, but just doesn't get the connection. And now as Dill runs in. Oh, and that's hit him on the helmet. A well-directed bounce of that from Dill. And just making sure that Monarch's okay. It's a quick delivery. And I think a bit of extra bounce as well. So we have a look at that one again. Bouncing a bit too much, quite unexpectedly there. Monarch was just looking to play through the line of the ball. Ends up hitting him on the grill. This time stepping down the track. Moving towards the leg side as well, but a swing and a miss. As Gauss just goes up to have a chat with him. Oh, and this time goes straight down the ground. And he'll go over the boundary as well. Right straight through the line of the ball. Monang Patel. And picks up a maximum. So a couple of dot balls there in this over. Just looking to up that scoring rate off Dill. Have a look at that once again. That was the shot he was looking to play on the last delivery where he got hit. Well, a couple of deliveries back where he got hit on the helmet. This time, though, is able to play it successfully. So 7 now with 1 delivery remaining of Dill's first. Still, it's been a pretty good over for Atlanta. Final ball now. Oh, and once again, this time though, mid-on, will take the catch. So a short ball there from Dill, and Monang once again trying to clear the boundary. But this time, he perishes. And so the first wicket now down for Sam Barmy as Monang departs for 19 of just 10 deliveries. He's played a good little cameo here at the start. And 7 in a wicket coming from Dill's first as we have a look at that again. Dill going short. Monang took a couple of steps down the track, looking to pull it away. And a good catch taken there at mid-on. So the first one now down for Sam Barmy, 21 for 1 after 2. In at number 3 now, the new batsman Saiteja Mukamala. A young and exciting talent here in the US. He's represented the country internationally for now, though. Gauss on strike, and he's gone over the top and runs away to the boundary. So Aponso's first ball here in his second over. And Gauss, we have a look at this again. Just cuts it away. He got it over slip past the man at backward point. And with no one out in the deep, picks up a boundary. So Aponso now, he's been a bit expensive today. His first went for 14. A boundary to start this one off. Now we'll see what he has against the hard-hitting Andreas Gauss. And this time, that's driven through the covers, and that is beautifully played. A classy shot there, racing away to the boundary. And Andreas Gauss here, back-to-back fours for him to start this over off. We all know he's got the big hits, the powerful sixes. And this time, though, just a bit of class from him. Oh, and this time cuts it away. Once again, over the man, and a couple of bounces into the ropes. 3 consecutive boundaries now to start this over off. Pressure on Aponso and Atlanta. 14 from just 5 deliveries. And Gauss has raced off too. And Aponso now under the pump. Where does he go? Perhaps on the pads. As that's just been it out towards square leg for the single. Mukamala wanted the single there. Not on offer though. Gauss turns him back. And he makes his ground to avoid that run out. Gauss now just looks to nudge this away out to deep mid-wicket. Picking up a single, giving Mukamala the strike for the final delivery of the third over. Mukamala recently got 100 at the international level for the US. A very talented player he is. Now against Aponso. And he'll just defend that one to start off. And so at the end of Aponso's second, 13 coming from it. And after 3, SAMP Army are 34 for 1. Justin Dill continuing, 1 for 7 off his first. Into Gauss, who tries some innovation. Doesn't quite pan out the way he would have liked, but still picks up a single from it. And gets Mukamala on to strike. This one just nudged away into the leg side. Picking up another single, and with that Mukamala, he'll be off the mark. Dale now, a couple of singles to start his over off. Oh, and this time short, pulled away, and into the boundary. On the full that was. And so a maximum Andreas Gauss picks up. You have a look at that again. Moved into the leg side. That short ball pulled away into that management tent right there. So maximum now takes Gauss to 22 from just 9 deliveries. Dale now, this time steps down the track, short ball, and straight to the man. The one man out in the deep on the leg side, and he's taken the catch. Andreas Gauss departs. That is a huge wicket. 6 and out for Gauss. And we have a look at that again. Comes down the track, pulled it away, and the man in the deep takes it. And so with that, the second wicket now falling for SAMP Army. 42 for 2 midway through the fourth. It's the hard-hitting Andreas Gauss gone early. Well, somewhat early. Still scored quite the runs there. Cameo at the start. SAMP Army, they would have wanted him to bat a bit longer, the way he was playing. But now you've got Obis PNR replacing him. As that one's just guided out towards deep third man for the single. With that, Obis, he'll be off the mark, giving Mukamala the final ball to face. Obis PNR, an all-rounder. We didn't see him with the ball in hand, but he's got a huge role now with the bat. Into Mukamala at the moment though, Dil, to finish off his second. That's just going to be defended, a dot ball. And so 9 runs and a wicket coming from from Dill's second. And after 4, 43 for 2 are SAMP Army. Amila Ponso continuing his first 2, none for 27. Now into PNR, who in Sam Barmy's last game, hit 43 not out from just 13 deliveries. This time looking to cut this away. Gets beaten though. But 43 off 13. And a huge partnership with Andres Gauss. Gauss is gone today though. Oh, and that's gone up in the air. Third man falls short. Obis there looking to sweep that away. Gets a top edge. But not carrying to the fielders inside the circle. Oh, and this time, that's carved away over the offside and picks up a boundary. Does Obis PNR, his first of the game. Going a bit short there, Aponso, offering him some width as well. That is very well played by PNR. Not one to miss out on that. Especially here in the power play with the field restrictions. No one out in the deep. Aponso now just not quite getting his run up right. Oh, and this time, looking to hit it down the ground. Doesn't get bad on it though. Mukamala, he wanted the single, but turned down. Missed stumping opportunity as well. How costly could that be? This one's hit down the ground towards mid-on. Will just be that dot ball. So it's been pretty good from Aponso. Just 4 off it with 1 ball remaining. Once again, Aponso going back to the top of his mark. Oh, and that's gone up in the air. And the catch is taken. So that missed dumping, not too costly as PNR goes a couple balls later. And that is another huge wicket. Obis PNR gone for just 5. And Atlanta Fire 47 for 3 after 5 overs. In some trouble here with a couple of their experienced batsmen gone. Have a look at that again. Aponso going full. Obis trying to clear the straight boundary. Gets a bit of an outside edge. And the catch taken there at third man. A simple catch that was. And so PNR gone for 5 off 7. 47 for 3 after 5. Or SAMP Army. And the new batsman now replacing Obis PNR, Nicholas Sukhdev Singh. That was Mukamala on strike, who's just carved that one through the offside for a single. Calvin Savage, the new bowler. Replacing Justin Dill from the other end. And that'll get Nicholas on to strike now. And Savage just wanting to make some changes in his field. Nicholas not getting an opportunity to bat in the last game as it was an 8-wicket victory for a SAMP Army. Today, though, he's got a huge role as he tries to hit this one through the offside. A wide, though, signaled by the umpire. Savage not happy with it. This one just looking to once again cut it through the offside, but not getting bat on it is Nicholas. SAMP Army here in need of a partnership. Their run rate is going well, but it is a big target they're chasing. Still another 130 needed. 129 rather. As that one tries to cut it away. Doesn't get bat on it though. So 130 needed. And they don't have a ton of batting to come. Especially those who've played a lot in this tournament. And that one's gone up in the air. Cover circling around underneath it. Oh, and isn't able to take the catch there. He got there, did the tough part, but not able to hold on to it. Have a look at that again. Nicholas trying to go aerial. Unable to take that catch for Atlanta. Will pick up a couple of runs off of it though to get off the mark. This one guided out towards backward point. Just for that single. Calvin Savage just making some changes for the final ball of his first over. As this one's hit out towards mid-wicket, isn't able to completely stop that, but runs back to keep it just to a couple of runs. Or just a couple of runs rather. So 7 runs with that wide, in fact, coming from the Calvin Savage over. And so the end of the power play, 6 overs done, 54 for 3 are SAMP Army. Now we have a bowling change as Nasir Hussain is brought into the attack. That one hit down the ground towards long on as they'll pick up a single. That gets Mukamala back on the strike. This one just hit past a fine leg. Just flick that one. Did Mukamala. So a couple of singles to start this over off. They need to rebuild from here to Mukamala and Nicholas. As this one's just cut away, but straight to third man. They need to try and form some sort of big partnership. Especially because they're chasing down quite a big target. Looking to cut this away, but straight to point. And this time will just be another dot ball. Third consecutive dot ball now in this over. So runs are drying up, especially after that wicket of Gauss. And more so after the wicket of PNR. Once again, looking to cut that away. Doesn't get bat on it, and so the end of that Nasir Hussain over, just two coming from it. And after 7, 56 for 3 are SAMP Army. Calvin Savage here, none for 7 off his first. As he just looks to pull this one away, does Mukamala. Not getting the timing, and so just the dot ball. 5 off 7, Mukamala's on. 4 off 9, Nicholas at the other end. Need to really try and limit these dot balls. As this one's short, hit above the keeper and races away to the boundary for 4. So Mukamala there saw that short delivery, uses Savage's pace and picks up 4 runs from it. On to 60 now, Sam Parmier with that. This time, hit down the ground. There are a couple of fielders converging. Out at deep mid wicket. So they'll just stick to the single. So that gets Nicholas onto strike. This time, looking to just flick it away. Moved on to the offside, did Nicholas. But not getting bat on it. This time, just played out towards square legs was single with one delivery now remaining in this Calvin Savage over. It's gone for just 6, including that boundary. So the final ball, Savage, can he just finish it off well? Calvin Savage just making a couple of changes to his field. Moves mid-wicket to mid-on. And finishes off with a dot ball. No, it will be signalled a wide. Bit of a late call from the umpire, but well outside off that one. This time he's played that through the covers, out towards deep cover, just picking up a single from it. So 8 runs coming from that Calvin Savage over, and after 8 overs, 64 for 3. Or Sam Barmy, another 115 runs they need to win. Nasser Hussain continuing. This one a bit of an inside edge as he opens up to hit it into the leg side. And that'll get Mukamala back onto strike. Or Nicholas, actually, with that over change. So Mukamala, the man taking that single. So now Nicholas on strike. And that's a bit wide, cut away. What a catch! What a catch that is! Diving to his right. And Aaron Jones, he has pulled off an absolute stunner. Looking to cut that one away was Nicholas. And thought he had that gap. But the diving Aaron Jones has plucked that out. Have a look at that again. There we go. What a catch that is. Absolutely brilliant there. And so with that, Nasir Hussain, he picks up a wicket. And 4 down now, or Samp Army in some trouble here. 4 down in the 9th over, only 65 on the board. And 114 they still need to get. Genev Joshi now, the new man out in the middle, joining Mukamala after the fall of Nicholas due to an excellent catch there by Aaron Jones. So Joshi now coming in as the impact player for Sam Barmy. As Nasir Hussain comes in, this one and just nudged into the leg side. And with that, Joshi, he'll get off the mark. Gets Mukamala on the strike, and Saiteja Mukamala, a lot rests on his shoulders now. And how well he bats here today, he's definitely got good potential. But can he display some of it here against the Atlanta Fire? As this one is just clipped away. And picking up another single are these two batsmen. This time just looking to defend this one into the offside is Joshi. And this one just played out towards point. A single to finish the over off. With that, Joshi retains strike. And a really good over that for Atlanta Fire. 4 runs and a wicket coming from it. And after 9, 68 for 4 are SAMP Army. Cornet dry now into the attack. Oh, and that's an excellent delivery to start off. Beating the batsman there. Outside off. And Genevieve Joshi, the man on strike. Yep. And so a dot to start. Cornet dry is over off. Dry now in for a second delivery. And that one's down the leg side. Appeal. A wide, though immediately signaled by the umpire. And so he'll have to re-bowl it. Will Cornet dry. That required rate's gone to above 10 now. So some pressure on Sam Barmy. As that one's just guided back towards third man. And just taking the single is Joshi. Into the 70s now. With that single. Dry now into Mukamala. That's gone up in the air. Keeper underneath it. And he'll take the catch as well. So Saiteja Mukamala, he departs now. Went a long way up in the air, that ball. And the keeper does well to take that catch. And so Saiteja Mukamala falling now. Well made 13 from him, but he departs. And so 5 down now, the SAMP Army side, 70 for 5 in 9.5 overs, as Corney Dry has picked up a wicket in just his first over. Basil Hamid now the new man out, facing Corney Dry, just clips this one off his pads, and with that single, he'll be off the mark. So in some trouble here are a SAMP Army, 71, half their side gone, and we aren't even at the midway mark in this innings, the halfway point. Dry now, 2 deliveries left in his over. This one looking to pull it away. Played that way too early there, did Janeev Joshi. And the 1 for the over, the umpire signals. So that leaves 1 delivery now in Corney Dry's first. It's been a really good one. Deep mid-wicket, long on. Deep covers the 3 back. Deep third man as well. As now just some changes are being made in the field. Another player is being added to that leg side boundary. We've now got a deep square leg and a cow corner in place. No longer that deep mid-wicket. And Try now comes in as that one's just defended into the leg side. And it'll be the end of Corney Dry's over as well. 1 for 3 off his first over. And at the halfway mark, 10 overs done, 71 for 5. Our SAMP Army still requiring another 108 runs to win this game. Amila Ponso now back into the attack. 1 for 31 off his first 3. And he'll be bowling to Basil Hamid. Oh, this time a bit of an outside edge past the keeper. But third man will do well to get there, puts a stop to it, just restricting it to the single. So Janeev Joshi now on strike, 3 off 7, he's on. This target still seems a long, long way away. This time looking to try and sweep it past the keeper with fine leg inside the circle. Doesn't get bad on it, signal to wide. just drives this one through the covers out towards the man in the deep. Does Joshi. This one's just, it's again defended by Basil Hamid. So playing very cautiously now, these two. This one's clipped away into the leg side. Deep mid wicket charges in to get to it. And just a single the two batsmen are able to pick up. Well, this one's gone up in the air, and the catch is taken. So Aponso now gets his second, and Janeev Joshi, he'll have to walk back. Having a look at that one again. Aponso goes full, and Joshi just trying to drive that one through the offside, gets an outside edge, and the catch taken there by Nasir Hussain. So with that now, Joshi gone for 4 off 9, and Samp Army 75 for 6 now with 1 left in the 11. Ashley Nurse, the new man out. Aponso, he's got 1 left. This one down the leg side, so a wide signal. He'll have to re-bowl it with Aponso. It's been a really good over from him so far. Oh, this one's gone up in the air. Long on, over him, and so a maximum for Aponso to get off the mark. And, or for Ashley Nurse rather to get off the mark. Aponso, he finishes his spell. 11 and a wicket coming from his final over. As we have a look at that one again, went full. And clears long on. So 11 in the wicket after Aponso's 4 overs, 2 for 42 are his figures. And 11 overs done, 82 for 6 are Samp Army. Corner dry now, back into the attack. Oh, and that's short. Cut away. On the bounce though, out to the man in the deep. As they'll just pick up the single with the 2 batsmen. With that, Nurse comes back on to strike. Yeah. Yeah. Cornet dry now, into Nurse. Oh, and that's a good Yorker. Just squeezed out towards covers, will just be that dot ball. Now, from a net run rate point of view, Atlanta Fire, they'd want to wrap this up quickly. They're in the negatives after that loss in the first game. And looking for a big win here today against SAMP Army. Oh, and that's gone up in the air. Oh, just past the man there, diving to his left. May just have slipped a bit as well. But in the end, it'll just be the single that these two take. And try now into Hamid. And that's gone up in the air, just over Dry's outstretched hand, running away to the boundary. Won't get there though. As the batsmen come back comfortably for a couple of runs. And that's short, looking to pull it away. Doesn't get bad on it though, does Hamid? Try now, goes much fuller. Outside off and misses the drive, does Basil Hamid. And with that, it'll be the end of Cornet Dry's over as well. Just 4 coming from it, and after 12, 86 for 6 are SAMP Army. Zia Shazad now, the new bowler who comes into the attack. And he'll be bowling into Ashley Nurse. He's faced just the 3 deliveries, but hit 7 runs. On this one, a full toss. Hit down the ground, though long off will come around, restricting it just to that single. In for his next delivery now. That's it, over the covers region. And it's gonna go to the boundary as well. So a maximum for Basil Hamid there. Was an excellent shot from him. Carved it over the offside. I don't And it's a no ball as well. So a free hit now for Basil. Zia Shazad under some pressure now in his first over. Free hit now. Oh, and looking to hit it once again over the boundary, but will just be that dot ball. So the free hit not too costly for Zia Shazad and Atlanta Fire. This time it just cuts it away past point. Now there is a man out in the deep who keeps it just to that single. This time an inside edge as he looked to once again go for that big shot, Ashley Nurse. So both these batsmen now just looking to get some power hitting in, some quick some quick runs. 10 have come off the first 4 deliveries of this over. This one's gone up. And the catch is taken as well. So it's Basil Hamid who's gone now. Zia Shazad strikes. Gone for a few runs earlier in the over. But now picking up the wicket and outside edge as Hamid tries to clear that straight boundary. And ends up, the third man fielder ends up taking a good catch. And so with that now the 7th wicket down, 96 for 7. With one ball left in the 13th are a SAMP Army. Really not looking too good right now. Nisarg Patel now the new man out in the middle. The bowling all-rounder Nisarg Patel didn't get a chance to bowl, but with the bat, can he get some runs today? Looks to cut that away. Is that an edge? Atlanta, they're celebrating. And Nisarg is gone, first ball. So Zia Shazad, he's gotten 2 and 2. And Nisarg Patel, he'll walk back, trying to cut that away. Gets an outside edge and a good catch behind the stumps by Melantha. 2 wickets and 10 runs coming from that overs. We'll have a look at that again. Just trying to cut it away. Doesn't quite get it off the middle, and that outside edge, Melantha doing well behind the stumps. And so 13 overs done now, 96 for 8. Our SAMP Army still another 83 needed to win. Corner dry now. Continuing as that one's pulled away into the leg side. And it'll go over the boundary as well. So one bounce into the boundary. 4 there for Ashley Nurse, who is the man on strike. Saurabh Netravalkar, the new batsman, he'll be at the non-striker's end. And with that boundary, the 100 comes up for SAMP Army. So into triple digits now. And this time, just hits it out towards deep mid-wicket, taking up that single. That single will get Saurabh Netravalkar on to strike now. Oh, and that's an excellent delivery, beating the outside edge of Netravalkar. Is a corner dry there. Just 2 more wickets is all Atlanta Fire need here to pick up a couple of points. Oh, that's an excellent Yorker, just defended by Netravalkar. Two deliveries now left in this corner dry over. Dry now, this time cut away past point. They'll just pick up the single with that Netravalkar. He'll be off the mark. And Nurse to face the final delivery. This one right past Ashley Nurse's drive there. And it'll be a dot to finish off. And so 6 runs coming from that over. And after 14, SAMP Army are 102 for 8. Zia Shahzad now continuing 2 for 10 in his first into Ashley Nurse. We'll just cut that away out towards deep point. Picking up a single. And this time flights it full toss and sails over the boundary. So a maximum now for Ashley Nurse and something to cheer about there for SAMP Army. Zia Shahzad once again, that's gone up in the air. And the catch is taken. So Ashley Nurse now, 6 and out for him. And Zia Shazad striking. And straight up in the air, the bowler himself going after it. And the ninth wicket is now down for SAMP Army. 109 for 9. Midway through the 15th, Ashley Nurse goes after some big hitting, 20 off 10. And now just one wicket is what separates Atlanta Fire from a couple of points. Najaf Shah, the new man out at number 11, the final batsman for SAMP Army, joins Saurabh Netravalkar out in the middle. And one wicket is all Atlanta Fire need now. Slip in place as well for Azia Shazad, as that's just going to be driven out towards long off, just the single taken. That gets Netravalkar on to strike. This one's cut away, but just out to deep point for another single. And that's gone up in the air. Deep mid wicket. Won't get there. On the bounce to him. And so just a single to finish the 15th over off. 10 runs at a wicket coming from it. And after those 15, 112 for 9 are SAMP Army. A new bowler now into the attack for Atlanta Fire. As that one's just kept outside off. Not connecting on it, Najaf Shah. Venu Kalyan Madireddy into the attack. And he comes in as the impact player for Atlanta Fire. And that's gone down the ground. Long on though. Does well to cut it off. And so just the single taken. Just one more wicket now. Is all Atlanta Fire needs. SAMP Army 9 down. And that's gone up in the air. And it'll come to the boundary for 4 as well. So a boundary now for Saurabh Netravalkar. And once again, something to be happy about for SAMP Army fans. And this one just carved through the offside. Covers does well to slow it down, but it won't matter as that reaches the boundary for 4. So back-to-back boundaries now for Saurabh Netravalkar. Just trying to get SAMP Army as close to this total as possible. Winning though would require more than a miracle. Oh, this time it's it down the ground, long on the bounce to him. So just a single taken. One delivery now remains in the 16th over. Oh, and this time that's a big hit into the leg side. And this time off the bat of Najaf Shah. So a 16 run over this. The 16th over goes for 16. And SAMP Army continue to fight. You have a look at that, going for that good length delivery on off stump. And just opened up, hit that over the leg side boundary after 16. SAMP Army 128 for 9. Cornet dry now, coming back. And that's once again a good delivery, beating Netravalkar there outside off, fishing for it. Cornet dry into his last over, 1 for 13 off his first 3. And this time through the offside. There is a man at deep point, and so just a single taken. And dry now. This time that's short, pulled away, and into the leg side boundary. Both arms aloft for the umpire as Najaf Shah here picks up another maximum. So Cornet dry now. Is he gonna go for runs? Najaf Shah, 15 off 6 he's on to. Continuing to attack these Atlanta Fire bowlers. Dry now. That's a good Yorker hit right back over his head. And long on does well as the batsman come through for a single. So now 2 more balls left in this Cornet dry spell today. Dry now. This is driven, but extra cover will stop it. And another sink. So 1 more ball left now. Final ball now. Of dries over. That's gone up in the air. On the bounce though, out to deep square legs. The wait continues for Atlanta Fire. SAMP Army though are fighting back extremely well as that's the end of Dry's 4 overs. 1 for 23 for him. And after 17, SAMP Army 138 for 9. So Calvin Savage now back into the attack. 15. None for 15 off his first 2. Now bowling to Najaf Shah. Started off with a dot. And bowls another one. Looking to guide this one past covers. Doesn't get bad on it though, does Najaf Shah? So Savage here with a few dots to start this over off. And this time, another swing and a miss. Calvin Savage now, once again, keeping it outside off. And so 5 consecutive dot balls now in this over. Bowling a good one here, Calvin Savage. And just leaves that one alone. Does Najaf Shah. So a maiden here from Calvin Savage. And after 18, 138 for that. Right, so 138 for 9, SAMP Army in 18 overs. 2 overs remaining. Najaf Shah 17 off 14, Netra Valkar 14 off 11, and he'll be on strike. Justin Dill 2 for 16 off his first two, he comes back. Can he get this final wicket here? And looking to cut that away. But once again, missing that is Netra Valkar. Atlanta Fire bowling well here. Still 41 needed to win. Oh, and this time short, pulled away. There's a man out in the deep. And has he taken that? He has. That is very well done at the boundary. He took the catch, knew he was going over, threw it back in, and then jumped back into play to take the catch. And with that, Atlanta Fire, they win a huge victory for them. 40-run victory as they have bowled SAMP Army out for just 138. Justin Dill picking up his third wicket. And overall, a comprehensive performance here. A comprehensive win by Atlanta Fire. First with the bat, making 178 for 8. Led by Sami Aslam's 43. Down the order, Calvin Savage with a 31 from just 18 balls, remaining unbeaten. And then with the ball in hand, Zia Shazad 3 wickets. Justin Dill as well, 3 for 16. And there you have it, the match summary. 40-run victory for Atlanta Fire. They pick up 2 points, their first win of the tournament. And overall, they'd be really happy with that. So once again, thank you all for joining us in this broadcast of the Unity Cup 2023. Atlanta Fire beating SAMP Army here by 40 runs. And join us tomorrow at 9 a.m. once again as we have another action-packed day coming right your way.